Hello there. This is obviously my second video. I've got a few things I want to talk about. Primarily, I want to say a huge thank you for all of the comments and messages of support and everything that I've had. I honestly expected a grand total of about 5 views for this video just gone, and although yes, I've not got the millions and millions that some YouTubers have, it means a hell of a lot to me to know that I've got, I think last time I checked, about 70 views in 24 hours, which is pretty cool in a way. I just wanted to address initially some of the comments. So I've been called brave, courageous, a hero, um, and many other accolades, and in truth, I'm none of those. Thank you for saying it, but the truth is, I am just a person. I'm not special, and I'm sure I'll probably get some criticism for saying that, but I'm not. I'm just a regular guy. I'm a Yorkshireman who just wants simple things in life and has had a really bad few years. um, and I didn't do this for myself. You know, primarily, I wanted to do any videos about depression to help others. As I said last time around, I want to try and help people's understanding of depression. I want to try and maybe help someone who's suffering with depression. And from the comments I've had so far, I think it seems to have touched a lot more people than I expected, which is awesome. My initial goal was, if I could help one person, then I'd consider the video being worthwhile. And I think, I might be wrong with this, but I think I may have at least helped a couple of people. I can't say for certain, but yeah, I think along those lines. Um, I want to thank everyone as well for watching the full thing and I guess showing a bit of faith in the video. From what I can tell, a lot of people have messaged to say that they've watched the full thing, and I think one or two might have even watched it a couple of times. I don't know. So yes, it means a lot to me. What I would ask those who are watching this right now, who have watched the video previously, if you think that that video might help somebody in your life, please show them. I'm not going to sit here and demand that you share this with everybody. It'd be awesome if I got that video shared a few times, and I've already had a couple of shares on it, which is amazing. I honestly never expected that. Um, and yeah, if I can continue to help people, I will. I will stand by the message I said at the end of that video of, if you or somebody you know is in, I guess, need of help, then feel free to get in touch with me in some way, because I'd like to try and help. If they want my help, if they at least want some advice or something, I'm here to do what I can. Again, I'm nothing special. Can't promise miracle cures, but what I can promise is it will get complete honesty from me and advice as best as I can give it. That's all I can say on that. In terms of additional content I want to discuss here, again, I don't want to ramble too much. I feel I ramble a lot, so apologies in advance if this does turn into a rambling, I guess, channel video. whatever this actually is. One question that was posed to me by a friend of mine called Jess was about denial with depression, and it's an interesting subject because you may be suffering because of perhaps environmental factors around you, um, what friends or family or people in your life might be saying to you. You deny you have depression, you just think you're having a bad day, and that goes on and on. And in some cases, that might be very true. It may be just that you've had a string of bad days, but it may also be the start of depression. Um, Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not in a position to tell you if you are depressed or not. It's not my place. Um, Ultimately, it's whoever the sufferer is. They're the ones who are the ones in best position. Doctors can sometimes look at the I guess the symptoms to help spot classic depression, but sometimes you might not have all of them. And yeah, there's a million different things that can lead you to deny that you have depression and not seek help when it's really needed. Um, what I would say is, if in doubt, research. I hate to be a Googler, but Google is a fantastic tool, and there's a million websites about depression, anxiety, stress that you can look up and get a better understanding of what it is. And if you do ultimately think you're suffering, then get that help. By all means, please get help, in whatever form that takes. And denial, I guess, can also take the form of those around you not, I don't want to say not believing, but not believing. um, so you may say to someone, "Oh, I'm depressed," and they'll just laugh at you and say, "Oh no, you're just having a bad day. Oh no, it's in your head. It's all made up. There is no such thing as depression." And that's dangerous, really. Unless I know that for a fact that there are people out there who think depression is made up. They think it's someone. If a lot of times they think it's attention seeking, and that angers me because what I've gone through for 15 years, and particularly in the last 12, 18 months even, with my breakdown, that wasn't made up. That wasn't me wanting days off work. I wanted to stay where I was. I didn't, although I hated my job, I loved where I was living. I loved the city I was living in. But because of depression, I got that taken away from me. Because of my own doing. I'm not blaming anyone else for that. But why would I do that to myself if I was just after attention? If I was after attention, it's worth saying while I was having my breakdown, I withdrew completely from the world. I'd avoid text messages. I'd rarely go on social media. Hell, I would leave the house to go 2 doors down to the corner shop. That's about as far as I would go on a weekly basis, once or twice a week, to get some essential foods. My curtains were closed constantly. I found it incredibly hard to get out of bed. How can me shutting the world out be attention seeking? I wasn't on social media every day saying sigh or fuck my life. I would post, yes, there were occasions where I would post something, and it was more to let people out there know I was still alive. And yes, There are attention seekers out there, but don't lump us all in that same category. That is just it. It's wrong to do, and for those who are genuinely suffering, you're pushing them closer to the edge by not helping them, by saying it's fake and saying it's just made up. It's not going to help anybody. And yes, do research, even if, again, it comes back to Google. If you think it's made up, research it. The tools are there for you to figure out everything. You can help to diagnose a friend or a family member who may not know they're suffering. You can take that step and actually try and help them, and that would mean the world to somebody. I know for a fact it would have meant the world to me, because it highlights the fact that somebody actually cares about you. And that's probably one of the biggest things that people who suffer with depression don't realise, and don't that it causes the anxiety, is the fact that they think nobody cares, nobody loves them. And as I said last time, there's always at least one person in your life that actually you will have impacted in a way that you would never ever have imagined. And your loss would be catastrophic to that person, in whatever capacity that might take. So that's, I guess, the main crux of that. I've probably not hit the main point with that, but denial is an extremely dangerous thing. I mean, the old saying of denial ain't only a river in Africa. Cheesy, I know, sorry. But it's true, and there are some things that you can deny, and fine, whatever, you know. I didn't have that takeaway, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I'm not going to hurt anybody, but you saying you don't have depression, you are just a miserable person, you might as well just ask them how they want to kill themselves. So yeah, that's that point, I guess. And yeah, what I would like to say is also, if you have any questions or any topics, particularly around depression, as this probably going to be covered in my first couple or so videos perhaps. I don't honestly know. Again, like I said, yes, on my last video, there is no plan with this channel. If I get something that's worth talking about, I will share it with you. But in reality, I may not post for months on end. You may get a splurge of videos back to back. I don't know what's going to happen. But you can help to drive the content of what happens on this channel. So you can, by all means, ask me questions about various aspects of the depression, anxiety, stress that I've gone through, and I will share as honestly and as openly as I'm willing to. I'm an open book. There are some things I won't talk about on the channel, because that's none of your business. Everyone's got to have their own personal stuff, but I will be happy to share a lot of my experiences. I'll answer whatever questions you might have, any topics around depression that you might be interested in knowing a little bit more about. That's what I want this channel, at the very least these videos, to be about, to try and help that overall understanding. And if it works, brilliant. But I don't know. I'm a big self-doubter. Like I said earlier in this video, I'm completely humbled by how many video views I've had so far and how many comments I've received. I honestly never expected even a single view, in truth, or a single view that I didn't necessarily have to drive by shoving it down someone's throat to say, watch this, watch this. I put my video up, and yes, I shared it on social media to at least let people know there was a video out there and a lot of people have watched, but they shared it, and I know there's I would say at least a quarter or half of the views on my previous video have been driven by other people rather than me doing any legwork. They've shared my video, they've pointed it out to people that they think might want to watch it, and I've had views just generally from YouTube. I have no idea what criteria or search stuff that comes up with it, but to those people who are completely new and don't know me, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope that you have found that last video and this video in some way interesting, or at least informative in one way or another. In the long run, I don't want these to be completely me as a talking head. I do have a face for radio, so I might look at doing something along the lines of, it's been done a million times, but perhaps some gaming on here, or maybe some just general walkabouts where I film perhaps on my phone me walking about outside around the streets, and I then do a bit of walking and talking with you guys. I don't know what this content will really contain, and the quality of the video and the audio may perhaps improve if I see this is something that is a long-term project that I'm enjoying and that is worthwhile. I may then look at investing in better equipment. Honestly, I don't know. I've rambled, so what I'll do right now is I'm going to leave it there. You don't want to hear me talk much longer, but like I say, if you've got any questions, any topics you want discussing at all, please let me know in the comments below, or if you've got me on social media, please drop me a message or a comment on there, and hopefully I'll make it happen and we'll get through this together. Okay, so that's me signing out for now. Cheers, guys.